Okay, getting started in just a minute or two, everybody. It's getting warmed up. Good to see some people jumping on already on Facebook and on YouTube. Hope you have your instruments ready to go. We're going to be playing a new song today. Okay, we are right about at 3 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to make sure my volume is loud enough for everyone to hear me. Welcome, everyone. Dr. Selfridge, we're here every Thursday with our live stream, and we are, for the past couple of weeks, we're live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and hopefully, you know, the little bit of issues we've been having with latency and the stream breaking up here and there. I hope that's going to be getting better each time. But thank you for joining us. We're here every Sunday at this time. This is 3 o'clock Eastern time. We're in the suburbs of Philadelphia, the southeastern Pennsylvania area. And I'm already seeing people checking in on the chat, which is lovely to see. People checking in and telling us what the weather is like. We'll say hello to some people. If you're new to the show, we talk about playing band instruments. I can answer any musical questions you have. You put them in the chat here. If you're watching on Facebook, I'll be keeping an eye on the Facebook questions too. Matter of fact, we do have a question here already from someone, from Sana. So, so Sana actually checked in and says hello and says, I'm trying to learn flute from your YouTube channel. It's awesome, but the last few months it's been hacked and not available. So Sana, we are back on track. I did have an issue with hackers getting into my, somehow, still don't know how they did it. They were able to start a live stream on my channel, which was an illegal, content with something with cryptocurrency. And anyway, that's what knocked out my channel for twice. But we're back, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But that's, I'm glad to hear that you've been watching my channel. It's been helping you. As always, folks, let me know how the sound is. I'll be checking Facebook and our YouTube comments, and let's say hello to some people, okay? So here we have Amelia Colucci, who's one of our weekly people who's here every week. Very happy to see you again, Amelia. So happy Sunday to you. And Mike Hamilton, our good friend, saying hola. And let's see, Mike already has a request. So I am going to be taking requests, happy to take requests. I'm happy to answer your music questions about playing instruments. But I brought something new to the table today. We have a song, a jazz song that we're going to be learning. So I hope you have your instruments. Let me go ahead and put this in the chat right now. Okay, so you guys have this. So this is the song for today. Song for today. All right. And it's kind of a little bit of a silly name. It's called the Cheese Pizza Blues. And I think you'll understand why it has that name once we start working on it. So that link is in the chat. So be ready. In just a few minutes, we're going to start working on this song. It's a blues song. Okay. And at the beginning, you heard me playing some blues on the piano and with our backing track. So let's say hello to some people, and then we're going to learn our blues song, okay? Amelia is asking, can I do like Dennis and talk at the end of the live? So, Amelia, we haven't really started venturing out into having guests on the show other than our normal staff. I don't know. Dennis, Amelia wants a chance at your job. But
no problem.
We want to say hello to Dennis. Dennis is here every week and helps us out with the chat. And Dennis, how are you this week?
Doing well. And you, Steve?
I'm doing great. I'm glad the snow is mostly gone and it's
Yes.
hopefully going to warm up
It's
soon.
no friend to me.
I know. But yeah, Amelia, thank you for checking in. Right now, we pretty much just have Dennis here on the chat, but maybe one of these days we'll be able to bring on some other guests, okay? And thank you for your interest in that. Let's get going here to Arnaldo, who's watching us from Brazil. Hello to Arnaldo. And Mia Ann is one of our good friends, is here. Tanner is asking for Blues by 5 on tenor sax. And we do... that actually fits right in with our theme for today because we're doing blues. And I think, is Blues by 5? There's my piano here. Something like that. So we're actually going to be doing a blues song today, okay? And it's in the same key. All right, and we want to say hi to Christine, who's watching on Facebook. Hi, Christine. Thanks for joining us to check out the live stream. Let's do some more comments, and then we'll go to our jazz song, okay? Hope you have your instruments ready. Chris is watching from cold and miserable England. Wow. Well, I hope it gets, drier, or you didn't say rainy. You didn't say rainy. I hope it gets warmer and less miserable. I guess I just assumed the rainy part. Hello to Christopher Price. And hello to Franco saying good morning. Good to see Dennis, Teresa. And I think Joe will be here if he's not here already. Oh, there he is. Joseph is here. Okay. Amelia wants Christ the Lord is risen today on trumpet. I think it... Is that it? Okay, I might be able to get to that. Requests are coming in. We're going to say hello to some more people. Arnaldo says in Sao Paulo it started cloudy, then sunny by midday, and okay, turning to rain. Wow. Amelia, I will check my email. Guys, if you want to email me, you can reach me at, let me show you where you can reach me, okay? It's drselfridgemusic@gmail.com. Here it is. So if you want to reach out to me, you can reach me there. drselfridgemusic@gmail.com. Let me clear this out so you can see that. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. Here's what we're going to do. Let's dive right into the song that I had prepared for you all today, okay? And that is this song right here. I put it in the chat, and it's called, if you go to my homepage, let me make this full screen so you all can see this. If you go to my homepage, drselfridgemusic.com, it is there as a blog post so you can see it, okay? And we'll click on that. And then we have to click again. So, a new song, Cheese Pizza Blues. And so I want you to click on your instrument, okay, everybody? So if you play flute, oboe, guitar, or mallets, you're going to click on C instruments high. So you can see each instrument is described here. I think I pretty much covered all the band instruments. And if you play percussion, if you play drums, you could either play along playing a swing beat, or you want to get some sort of mallet instrument or piano and learn the notes. So I'm going to open up clarinet and tenor sax because I'm going to play some saxophone today. Actually, I'm going to play soprano sax, which is the same as tenor sax, right? Whoops, sorry about that. That might have been a little bit loud on you. Okay, so I want you guys to play along with me on this. I do see a question right here. Let me answer this random question here. Where did that go? Someone asked the difference between, where is it? Well, Dennis highlighted it, but I can't find it. There it is. From Carlos. What is there a major difference between alto sax and tenor sax? The major difference is the key. Alto sax is in the key of E flat, which means you have to transpose up a major sixth from concert pitch. So this song we're going to do today is in the key of concert F. So if you're going to play it on alto sax, you have to play in the key of D major. And on tenor sax, you only go up one step or a major second from concert, and so it will be in G major for tenor and soprano, and then alto will be in D major for this song. Okay, so here we go. So if you take a look at our little worksheet here, I want you to play along if you have an instrument, okay? And you'll see why we call it the Cheese Pizza Blues. What our worksheet says here is, you know, when you're first getting into playing the blues, right? So, the blues is not just a style of music. It is a specific form. And in its most basic form, it's 12 measures long. And it has a certain chord progression to it, okay? And so when I'm saying here about the pizza, there's lots of different variations, different ways you can make a pizza, right? But you got to start with the basics. And if you're talking about the basics of a basic pizza, right? You've got your pizza dough, you got your tomato sauce, and you got your cheese. So we're going to make a basic blues today, the basics of the blues, and that is 12 measures. And we're going to use these 3 chords. We're going to use a 1 chord, we're going to use the 4 chord, and we're going to use the 5 chord. Those are the only chords we're going to use. And when I say 1 chord, let me show you on the piano. When I say 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, the 1 chord is the chord based off of the first note of the scale. So there's F, we're going to make a chord. And then we're going to make a chord based off of the 4th note of the F scale. And then we're going to make a chord, that's called the 4 chord. And then we're going to make a chord based off of the 5th note of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. So we call it the 5 chord. So we have 3 chords. 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. That's all we have for this song, okay, everybody? So we're going to do the basic Cheese Pizza Blues. So here we go. 12 bars. And when you play this song, you want to think about it being in 3 phrases, 12 measures, right? So if we break it into 3 phrases, they're going to be 4 measures each. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's phrase 1. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's phrase 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's phrase 3. Okay, so let's look at phrase 1. Okay, so hopefully you have this sheet music up. If you are not sure what we're doing, everybody, I put the link in the chat, and you're going to go to this Cheese Pizza Blues, and you're going to pick your instrument, okay? And you'll see exactly what we're doing. We're on the first page. Okay, so phrase 1 goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was phrase 1. That was the first 4 measures. Okay, why don't you try to play that with me? I'm going to play that on sax, okay? Can you try to play along with me? Phrase 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, excuse me. Get a little warmed up here. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, and. That was phrase 1. Now look at phrase 2. It starts at measure 5. And you're going to notice it's very similar, but has a few differences. Let's try phrase 2. Okay, everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. That was phrase 2. Okay? One more phrase to finish out our 12 measures. Phrase 3. Let's try it. Measure 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Pretty cool. Let's try the whole thing, okay? And again, if you don't know where to get the sheet music, I put the link up in the chat. We are at drselfridgemusic.com, and the very first thing you'll see is this Cheese Pizza Blues. You click on it. All right, let's play the whole thing. And you know what? We're going to jump right to using our play along track. So a lot of times when I put songs up, I will give you a play along track. Look right here. There's actually 2 play along tracks I provided. I gave you a slower tempo and a faster tempo. So we're going to go to the first one, a slower tempo. You're going to get a click, click, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to play the melody. Okay? You with me? Here we go. Well, I got to turn my, whoops. I have to turn my music up. Let's go ahead and pause this, and I want to pause my music here. Okay, good, I am paused. Let's turn up my music. Here we go. Here's our play along track. Restart. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Two, three. So that's our melody. That's our melody, everybody. And so the next thing I want to show you, and we'll move on to some questions after this, okay? But the next thing I want to oh, the track's not coming through? Really? I think probably it did come through once I fixed the sound, I hope. It's coming through for me. So let's continue down here. And what I want to show you next is the first thing you can do when you are getting ready to try to improvise on a blues is you're going to use this scale that is right below the melody. And it's called activity number 1 on your sheet. And it's called the major blues scale. Do you see this right here? So let's play this major blues scale. I'm going to play this on, I'm going to switch over to flute. So we play this major blues scale. And you can play it, I wrote it in 2 octaves. You can play it in whichever octave is comfortable for you, and you can expand out to higher or lower octaves as you get better at improvising on the scale. I should say more comfortable. And now we just, how is that? That's very interesting that I'm getting this feedback, or this these comments that there's no track coming through. That's very strange. Well, who knows? Let's just keep rolling through. The track isn't really that super important. You can listen to it at home. Okay, so the major blues scale, you go up and you go down. So let's go up and down. Can you play with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to try putting on the track again. I'm not sure why you can't hear it, but I'm going to put the track on again, and I'm going to do some improv. So how do you improvise on a scale, right? What you do is try not to get overwhelmed by the fact that you don't know what note to play. Start by just picking 1 note or 2 notes, maybe the first 2 notes, or maybe the first 3 notes, and just start to explore with some different rhythms. And the more you do that, you're going to feel more and more freed up. Like you're not. It's very natural at the beginning to feel afraid to play a quote wrong note, or to feel like you played something that you don't like, and all of a sudden you get shy and you go back into your shell. So in the comfort of your own home or wherever you're watching from, expand out and be adventurous with the scale. Something like this. See how I'm taking a rhythm and just kind of trying different notes on it. I was going ba 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 da, right? And I'm just kind of changing up what I do. I'll do that same rhythm again. Okay, so now we put on our track, which you may or may not be able to hear. Let's see what happens. Okay, here's our track, which I can hear right now, so I hope you can hear it. Oh, I think I might know why. Hold on. There's a little button I pushed because I was... Anyway, you don't care. It works now, right? All right, here we go. Yes, it works now. Thank you. So try that scale on your instruments, everybody. And make up your own improv. Keep going. If you have an instrument, I hope you're playing at home. All right, we'll pause it there. Yeah, there was a little button on my mixer that I had turned because I was trying out some settings. So there we go. We figured it out. All right, everybody. So let's take a break from our cheese pizza blues. And let's go answer some questions, okay? So I'm going to check in on our Facebook stream here. So I'm going to zoom in here on our Facebook comments. Check it out. We have Sana who had checked in. Oops, here we go. Sana who checked in. And Emily McDaniel checked in and said, you're a huge inspiration. So that's really nice to hear. Oh, look at that. We're Inception here. And then Holly Mugford Birmingham says hello. So hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Let's go to our YouTube questions. So Emily was asking, what song am I playing? I was playing this song right here. It was our song of the day. Song of the day. Right there in the chat. I just put it in the chat again. And Teresa was playing along on guitar. Uncle Joe was whistling. That's great. See, we're all learning together. Carlos says, I haven't picked up the clarinet in a couple of months. Time to relearn. All right, Carlos, thank you for being here, and let me know how clarinet is going. Yeah. Oh, you did a video for Jazz History Month. Do you guys know, without me saying it, who can be the first person to answer? Here's a good trivia. Mike Hamilton, who's been great with giving us trivia. And Mike, whenever you get a chance to bring trivia to a stream, we'd love to have it. What month is Jazz History Month? I know it's in the United States. I don't know if it's global. And Emily is here as well. Okay. Let's do some more questions here. Actually, Dennis, I've been focusing on our little lesson here. Have there been any questions or things that you have noticed that I should get to?
Actually, you picked up quite a few of them.
Okay.
It's not so much that. Mostly that you have some, things they would like you to play, especially, I think they would like to keep with the jazz thing, because I know Mia Ann was asking for Someday My Prince Will Come on jazz on the sax, and she was also asking about It's a Wonderful World.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There are two nice ones for her.
Why don't we start with, that's a great suggestion. Why don't we start with Someday My Prince Will Come, and because I know I saw that in the chat. So Someday My Prince Will Come. I'm going to Google it. You know, we might get lucky here on YouTube. Someday My Prince Will Come sheet music. Let's just see what happens here. Yeah. They have it for piano here. Let's check it out. Oh, let me turn down my jazz. Do 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 do. Okay, so this is on YouTube, everybody. Ooh, very slow. Pretty slow tempo. E flat, sorry. And they do a little solo here. That's very cool. Someday My Prince Will Come. So now we want to do, so that's Someday My Prince Will Come. You know, Dennis, you know the old, well, it kind of gave away the punchline now. This is a joke that doesn't really work anymore, but there used to be a joke. Do you know what song to sing when you're you send out your camera film and it gets lost in the mail?
You mean from Kodak? It's their Kodak theme.
Well, the joke is Someday My Prince Will Come.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right. What a Wonderful World. Let's look it up. What a Wonderful World sheet music. Another great jazz song. Let's see what we got. Ah, perfect. And again, this is piano. All right, I'm going to play along with this one. Let's start at the top. Okay, I'm going to play it on flute. Section of the bridge. It's amazing the stuff that you can find on YouTube, you know? So whenever I'm looking for sheet music, I'll Google the name of the song plus the word sheet music. And sometimes I'll even look on YouTube because they'll have play-alongs like that, which is really cool. Let's go to some more requests. Hello to Jacqueline, clarinet and flute. Let's see. Misty, Satin Doll, Summertime. Okay, we got some more jazz requests. Mike Hamilton got it. It is April. So did Emily. So did Sophia. Emily says, I love playing by ear. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of jazz is playing by ear. And the skills you develop to play by ear are really helpful no matter what style of music you're playing. And then April 30th says UNESCO's International Jazz Day. That's cool. Okay, let's go to... Thank you. Thanks very much, Arnaldo. I appreciate it. All right, let's do... you know what? Let's do one of these requests from Franco, okay? So, Misty, Satin Doll, or Summertime? Let's go to... We did kind of a slow one, which was Wonderful World. So let's do Satin Doll sheet music, just to see if we can get a play along here. All right. Whoa, look at this jazz accordion. Wow. Jazz accordion, how about that? Jazz accordion, cool. Now, I'm going to go to this request because Tanner did come in early and asked for Blues by 5 on tenor, okay? So, Blues by 5. So, I'm going to do, I'll just play it for you here. So, that's it. Okay, so I guess I'll do a little play along track. So we're going to go F, blues, backing track, jazz. Let's check this out. How fast is it? 130 BPM. It's medium. Cool. Okay. So when it comes back around, I'm going to play Blues by 5 for Tanner. I'm going to play it up an octave. I'll repeat it. They usually do. And so what's cool about learning the blues is what we're doing early on the chat today, or the stream, for our cheese pizza blues, same key. So the same scale that we learned for cheese pizza blues, you can improvise on a song that I just played, Blues by Five, blues in the key of F. It's one of the most common blues. All right, let's get some more questions. A lot of requests. Okay, so Mike, I want to help out Mike here, our good friend. So Shine On, You Crazy Diamond. I think this is this Pink Floyd? I don't know. Let's see. Yes, it is. Sheet music. Again, if we are lucky enough to find it. Let's see here. Sheet music. I'm finding various versions of it. Muse score. Okay. So, Mike, this is what I found. Let's listen. Let me know if this is the right one, Mike, okay? I have to turn off the jazz. Turn off the jazz. All right. So, Mike, is this right? It's slow. I'm going to go ahead and try this. I'm going to play along with this, Mike. Right? I'll use flute because that's easy for reading the music here. Here we go. Very slow. Sorry. One. Yeah, this is really nice. It's so slow, such a slow tempo. That's what makes it kind of hard to play along with. So, a little bit of that for our friend Mike. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's get to some more questions and requests. Oh, I haven't checked in on Facebook in a while, so if anyone's watching on Facebook, hello. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I actually want to go to this question here. So Emily is asking... Emily here is asking, how do you play low C? I can't. Oh, sorry. Let me get rid of this here so we can see. How do you get low C? I can't get low C to come out. So that is a great question, and I assume, Emily, that you're talking about flute. So low C is one of the hardest notes, and I do see this question here. Sviolin, highest tones on clarinet. I'm going to get to your question in just a few minutes. And Mike, I do see that it's a big intro build up to the main melody. So maybe if I have time, I'll get back to that main melody for you, okay? So for Emily, the trick about low C, let me show you. I'll do overhead cam. Look at this. So you have to make sure you have all your fingers down, right? And then you really have to make sure no air is leaking, and you get your pinky, your little finger here, to get this key and this key together, and really have to have a strong press down strongly with your finger. So, and then in addition to that, come back here. In addition to that, you have to make sure your aperture, which is the opening of your lips, it's smaller and more focused for higher notes, but as you go lower, you have to imagine the aperture of your lips like an oval, like an almond shape that's getting a little bit bigger. So more air is coming out. And also, you want to think about using warmer air like you are trying to fog a mirror. So as you go lower, it's much more open here, okay? And warm air. All right? And work on that finger pattern there. Okay, so I want to get to this other question. That was a great question, Emily. Hey, Gabe, how are you? Good to see you. Let's go to... Where did that clarinet question go? Here it is. So, Svilen, let me know how to, if you want to let me know how to pronounce your name, I want to make sure I get it right. So, high notes on the clarinet. I was just going over this with a student of mine at school because this student is working on the really high notes for this jazz piece that we're doing. So, when you get up into what's called, okay, so let's talk about the ranges of the clarinet. There is the lowest range, which we call the Chalumeau register. Yeah, it's French. It's that deep, rich, okay, that deep register of the clarinet. Then you get into the middle, we call them the throat tones, which is these tones that are kind of up here. Okay, and then your upper range here. And then you get into your, there's probably a name for that. I should know that. I don't know what the name of this range, it's escaping me right now. But when you get up really high, it's called the altissimo range. Okay, now you saw my eyebrows go up. Okay, there are, depending on your particular clarinet, if you go to Google and you just look up clarinet altissimo notes, altissimo fingerings, there are, for each altissimo note, there's a couple of choices depending on your preference and your clarinet that will get it the perfect in-tune note. So it's not like the rest of your clarinet where there's pretty much only one way to do each note, or sometimes two. But some of these high notes I'll show you. You got your high C, we'll do high D, or high C sharp. High C sharp is when you play like you're playing an E, but you lift up your first finger. Okay? So it's this note. Okay? Then you've got your high D, which is lifting up another finger. It's like playing an F, but you lift this finger up. And then also, for some of these high notes, they have you put down your finger here on the E flat key. It kind of helps to stabilize the notes. So there's some high notes on the clarinet. I think we should move on to another question, but that gives you a little bit of a introduction to the high notes. Carlos, when did I start playing instruments? Well, first of all, thank you for the compliment. Believe it or not, there are, as much as I'm playing these different instruments and, I know my way around most of the instruments. I appreciate the compliment, but I definitely could continue to practice to get better at all of them. All right. So I get this question a lot. People ask me, how many instruments do I play? And how did I learn all the instruments? And the answer is, I started playing clarinet, and then I switched to saxophone in high school, and I got really into that. And then when I went to college, you get accepted to college for music, you have to be really good at one instrument. Then once you get there, because I was studying to be a music teacher, you actually have to take classes on all the instruments. So I had to take a class on flute, clarinet, and sax. I had to take a class on oboe and bassoon. I had to take a class on the string instruments. I had to take a class on various brass instruments. And so that's where I developed my skills on those different instruments, such as it is. And I would say there's probably definitely a ranking of instruments that I'm better at and less good at. Okay. Mia, do I prefer open hole flutes or closed hole flutes? I would say, okay, so when you're, as a professional, I prefer open hole flutes, okay? Because they just give a better resonance to the tone. And in general, when you're moving up to a more advanced flute, they're all going to be open hole flutes. So to get a better sound, you need a step up flute, and it's going to be an open hole flute. I don't mind the open holes. I really don't have any problems with them. When you're younger and starting on a beginner flute, they have all the holes covered up to help you out with people with little fingers or people that are just getting used to playing the flute. It makes it better to start with. And then as you advance, you move to a flute that has these holes. And then you can even get a flute that has little plastic. Let me show you here. You can even get a flute that has little plastic plugs that go in here. And you can start to take, a lot of flute teachers will have students take out the plastic plugs one by one to get used to get used to covering up the holes. But I love my open hole flute. Okay, you know what? No, it's not considered spamming. Thank you. Sometimes, so I don't mind people. I don't mind people repeating requests, and as long as you don't type it in 1,000 times. So totally fine for you to remind me about a request that maybe I didn't get to. I also see Haley here. So Haley, if you hang out for a minute, I'll try to get to your request too. Let's do this. And I see James's request too. Follow the yellow brick road. Let's do this. Star Splitter Fanfare. Now, some of these, when I get requests like this, these are banned pieces. These are harder to find online. Although, oh, look at this. Here's a video. Huh. Somebody, here, look at this. So these are sometimes harder to find because they're published sheet music, and you can't get them just by Googling it. But if you look here, somebody must have either studying this in school, or somebody kind of uploaded this as a practice. So this is a screen video from Smart Music. I'm going to play this, okay? Let's see how this video goes. Here we go.
1, 2, set, go.
One. I'm going to pause there. So this is a screen video from Smart Music, and I thought maybe they might have the accompaniment on, but they don't have the accompaniment on. It's just the click and the MIDI, the notes of the melody. Did you notice there's some spots where it says DIV? And do you know what to do there? That means some members of the section will split and play the upper notes, and other members of the clarinet section should play the lower notes, and it creates a harmony. So I just chose to play the upper notes. I'll play a little bit more of this. I'll start at measure 13. Oops, got distracted. Rest. So you got to watch these rests, especially if you're playing this with the band. You got to keep your concentration and make sure you get these rests and count them. Okay, so let's go back. That was a little bit of that song for our friend. Who was that for? That our friend who I forget what you told me to call you because I can't pronounce your screen name. C. But I hope that was helpful for you. Now let's go to Haley. It's called Divisi. Divisi, and it's Italian. A lot of the musical terms you see on your sheet music are in Italian usually, and that means divisi means to divide, meaning somebody plays the upper notes, somebody plays the lower notes. Okay, so Haley had requested. Haley, okay. I'll go back to Haley's request in a second. I actually have the music struggling a bit. Okay, so you're playing the lower notes, all right? So the big thing is just keeping that solid rhythm. Ta, 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 ta. Keeping that steady rhythm. Use a metronome if you can. All right. Let's go to Haley, which was Forever by Brian Balmages. Let's see what we get. Okay. Forever, Brian Balmages. Oops. All right. Searching it up here. Oh, I have to put sheet music here. A clarinet, right? So again, these are harder to find because they usually don't have all the parts up. Yeah, I actually can't find the clarinet sheet music for that. So, if you want to, you could try at my email address, which is here. You could send me a screenshot of your music or a quick photo of your music, and I can play it on a future live stream if you'd like me to do that. Okay, drselfridgemusic@gmail.com. Let's go to favorite chips. Okay. I saw this request. My favorite flavor of chips. Okay, so you guys know that depending on where you're watching from, chips can mean two different things. Because in the United States, chips are those fried flat slices of potato, and in the UK, chips are what we call French fries, which are the strip, what do you call those? Batons, little batons of potato fried. So my favorite, yep, see Chris, there we go. Chris, who I know is from across the pond, is talking about. Oh, right, and then in the UK, what we call in America, we call chips, potato chips, they call crisps. Okay? So anyway, my favorite potato chips / what you might call crisps, I like the kettle cooked, the really crunchy, just plain old salt, But in a certain times, I like the salt and vinegar, but they get a little bit too much sometimes, a little bit too tangy sometimes. Sometimes sour cream and onion. Dennis, are you a potato chip guy at all?
Yeah.
Well, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, I like the extra salt crispy.
Yeah.
They work the best for me.
Yeah, delicious, crispy, and same thing for French fries / chips in the UK. The crispier the better for me. Okay, how about you guys? Why don't you chime in? Let us know what kind of snacks you like. Always fun to talk about. Fries are. Yes. Okay. Here is. All right, we have about 5-8 minutes left, everybody. Let's get some more questions in. Oh, James has got to go. See you, James. Christopher, trying to learn piano, I have a question. I'm also a vocalist, not just an instrumentalist. Do by any chance have any advice on piano accompaniment? Okay, Christopher, here's my advice for you, okay? The best thing you can do as someone wanting to accompany themselves on piano and sing, besides me just saying study, take piano lessons and study in the traditional style of, you learn how to read the sheet music and you learn your right hand, you learn your left hand, you learn all your fingerings. There's another more, there's a chord approach, which I learned, which is learning how to create your chords on piano. So, first of all, just getting to know the names of the notes on the piano, right? Find your middle C. You find your black keys. The black keys go in pair of 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, right? So you find in the middle of your keyboard, you find the pair of 2, and then you go down to here, and that's middle C, right? And then you just say your alphabet, C, D, E, F, G, and then after G, we start back at A, right? A, B, C. So getting to know your notes, and then getting to know how to make your triads, your chords. So a C chord would be C, skip a note, skip a note. So there's your C chord. And then you learn your F chord. F, skip a note, skip a note. Now it gets a little bit tricky with your flats and sharps, right? With your some chords, you need to mix white keys and black keys. And so the way I figure out my major chords, I'll give you one trick, and then I'll go to another question here. It's a combination of 4 halftones, 4 half steps plus 3 half steps, or 4 semitones plus 3 semitones, depending on where you live. That's another thing that's different from the US to the UK. We call them half steps, and in the UK, I know they're pretty much generally called semitones. But say we start, let's do D major. We're going to go 4 half steps and hold that note, and then 3. So we have a D major chord. We went 4, hold your note, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold your note, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's how you make a major chord from any note. There's A flat major, A major. So getting to know how to make triads can get you going with piano accompaniment. So hopefully that little trick will be useful for you. Okay. Oh, Sana. Oh, thank you. So Uncle Joe is bringing in some questions from Facebook. Is it hard? I have a question. Is it very hard to move to note C straight after the note D or E flat in flute? Is there an easy way to do it? Okay. Let's see. Oh, yes. You know what? Okay, so Sana, this is a great question. The answer is there's no easy way to do it. If you're going E flat to C, let me show you up here. If you're going E flat to C, you just got to pretty much slide like that. You're talking about low C, right? Right? So anytime you have a note that's 2 pinkies in a row, it's very difficult. Now here's the thing. If you have to go very quickly, so say you're playing an E, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, pinky. Technically you're supposed to play the pinky on E, but if you don't have the pinky down, it really doesn't noticeably change the note. You could leave the little finger off and just get it ready. Like if you had to go between E and low C very quickly like this, you could kind of cheat and leave this finger off this key. So it would go like this. You wouldn't have to go like that. I can't even do that. So there's little ways to make it work. But unfortunately, if you're going E flat to low C, there is no trick for that. And that's the kind of thing that someone who is experienced at composing music, who knows the instruments well, those are the kind of things that a composer who's good at what they do learns, that there's certain things that are just very difficult for instrumentalists to do, and they try to avoid that. So they would avoid writing something like that for the flutes. Okay? Thank you for that. And thank you, everyone who is watching on Facebook. I appreciate it. We'll try to keep bringing some questions over. As a matter of fact, our moderators, that was actually a great idea. If you see a question come up on Facebook, feel free to copy and paste it into YouTube so I see it. We have a few minutes. Actually, we have just a minute left. So let me give a quick answer to Tanner here. All right. Altissimo register, everybody. I was just working on this with another student. Altissimo register on every instrument, and especially saxophone, on every woodwind instrument, is, sorry, adjusting my reed. You are basically doing controlled squeaks. Every note you play has the potential to do higher overtones, which are basically whenever you squeak, you're playing a high overtone. It's a natural phenomenon in music, in sound actually. So you practice like a low B flat, and practice going up your overtone series. I don't know if you've worked on this before. So those are actually real notes, and I'm doing it with slight changes in the shape of my tongue inside my mouth and slight changes in my embouchure. You have to get up into that stratosphere, and that's the feeling of altissimo and saxophone. We're really out of time, but Tanner, I would love to do, I could do a whole extended lesson on altissimo if you come back and ask me about that another time, okay? So folks, I am, surprised we're actually at the end of our show. So I want to say thank you to everyone for watching. And I'm going to go here to Terry, who highlights our new folks in the chat that we notice each week. So if we didn't catch your name in our new viewers, please give us a wave and let us know. If you are new, please, if you're on my Facebook page, give a like this video, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. We do live streams every Sunday. And then throughout the week, I post various tutorial videos on all kinds of different instruments. So guys, I want to thank you so much for being here today. Our friend Chris is reminding everyone to like the video. I appreciate that. And as I wrap up here, guys, if you want to pop something in the chat and get a shout out, I'm happy to do that. Remember to check out Dr. Selfridge Music here. Whoops. drselfridgemusic.com, and that's where we had our Cheese Pizza Blues, and we have lots of other things that you can download and play. Sheet music, play along tracks, a lot of good stuff. When I finish the show today, you're going to see this screen, and this is our this is how you can contact me or follow me on various social media outlets. You can send me an email, drselfridgemusic@gmail.com. Let's say thank you to Dennis. Thanks, Dennis.
Hey, thank you. It's a lot of fun.
Another great week. And thank you to all of our faithful viewers who are here every week. Or if you're new, please come back. Same time every Sunday. Okay, guys. Once again, thanks so much. And have a great week. And don't forget to practice. Okay, bye, folks. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. And happy birthday, Mike Hamilton. Mike, I will wish you a happy birthday next week. Definitely.